All right, so welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two sisters and fibers, and we record and talk knitting and anything else that comes to our brain from Winnipeg, Manitoba in the Canada. I love making her link those videos. I am an evil human being.
This is like the fourth time now. You always wait just long enough.
Happy birthday!
Grrr.
It is officially our birthday weekend. We record usually about a week in advance, so by the time you guys have seen this, we have had more than enough time to recover. However, I'm on day 7 of 7 days of eating lunch and or dinner out at the very minimum. And it is also our podcast anniversary. So while we're still new to YouTube, this is actually our 52nd physically recorded episode for the podcast.
Yep.
So we have cake.
Cake.
We're going to be eating it during the episode. If you don't like watching people eat, I'm sorry. It's chocolate homemade cake. It must be consumed. This is a thing that has to happen. My sister asks me what I want every year for my birthday, and I say homemade cake. She's a baker. I get homemade cake with many flowers. The top is usually covered in rosebuds.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty cool.
I have to say.
I've survived. My birthday was yesterday. Diana's is today while we record. And we're going to have to blare through this, so theoretically it's less than an hour and a half because we have to go to an escape room and prevent nuclear meltdown after this.
Yep.
So, shall we talk some knitting?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
what are we going to cover this week?
Oh, first I just wanted to say a note about episode 50.
Oh, yeah, there was a thingy.
It was pointed out to us by one of our lovely listeners that the audio we released for episode 50 was actually the same audio as episode 49. So I fixed that on Wednesday.
Oopsies.
So if you delete episode 50 and re-download it, you'll get the right one for all you audio listeners. Sorry about that.
That happens.
Yeah. So that's fixed now. Awesome. I just spilled cake all over myself. How did I even manage that?
That's me. Last week I spilled coffee.
Okay. So for what we're going to cover this week.
Oh my god, birthday cakes, anniversary cakes, too much cake.
We've got What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Woolly Workings, Yarn on the Go, events, and a review.
Just realized I spilled my coffee the other week, so let's just put the lid back on my tea. Shall we start with what's in our cup?
Yeah. What have we got in our cups here?
I have my fancy got it at Christmas travel second cup mug.
Ooh.
Which is a nice thermal with a clear lid so I can see inside, which I appreciate. And I'm having a Tetley Tea Vanilla Earl Grey this morning because I figured before we go melt down in the nuclear apocalypse, I need to have caffeine.
This morning, it is lavender honey latte season at Little Sister Coffees, so I got a giant one of those and drank it very fast because it is delicious. And now I'm drinking Twinings Earl Grey tea because, yes, something calming before nuclear meltdown.
Nah, jazz me up. Let's do it. I want to run around the room a lot. I won't because I never have, but it's my thought process.
Run, 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 run!
All right, cool threads will be quick for me. All I've been wearing since we've warmed up, we're in like that low single minus digits in the Celsius right now. So it's been pretty dang nice, even with the snow dump we got last week. Still really nice weather.
It was, yeah.
I've literally just been wearing my Freya shawl, which is the anniversary shawl, which I figured was apt to bring it back onto the podcast today because this is my happy anniversary knit. All done, so I've been wearing this, and I've been wearing Diana's mittens she made me for Christmas. And my cat hat. Because issues. If you're a long-time listener, you'll know my issues with the Pussy Hat Project name. If you are not, there's an episode, several, where I rant.
It's a cat hat. It's a hat with cat ears that represents some stuff.
It represents whatever it wants to represent. I think it's a really cute cat pattern for a hat, so I knitted it. So that's a thing. But that's really it for me for cool threads. Other than socks, but really, well, people wear socks. It's wintertime up here.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So I have been wearing all the usual suspects: socks, socket hat, the Texture Triangle shawl, the Bloomsbury mitts, the Wonder Woman. Because it's actually, I don't know what's wrong with the heating at work, but I swear the AC is turned on and it swirls around just my desk specifically. So there are days, I think there was a day this week where I was wearing the Texture Triangle shawl and the Wonder Woman wrap and a hat and my Bloomsbury mitts.
Were you cold?
Just a little.
Okay, just checking.
So
that's a lot of layers for inside.
I've also worn my cat hat this week. I am currently wearing the Lindsay Slouch, which is a crochet pattern. which I believe I got it when it was free, but it is not free anymore. Anyway, highly recommend. This is a nice fun hat. I would like to make another one at some point. And the scarf that I don't think I've ever mentioned on the podcast before, this is the, I don't remember what the pattern was called. It was something or other shallows. I call this particular one the San Francisco shallows because I got this yarn the first time I went to San Francisco.
No, I don't think you've mentioned it on the podcast before.
Yeah, I basically never wear it. It's been hiding in my closet, and I decided to pull out a different thing for the podcast. So, yeah, it's got this nice lacy pattern here. There we go. There we go. Look at all those colors. I got some nice rainbowy yarn for San Francisco, dyed by a local dyer, and I don't remember. I've long since lost the ball band. And this was before I was keeping really good notes on Ravelry, so sorry. It's from San Francisco.
Pre-podcaster days.
Yep.
Let's just take the phone off that so it doesn't make noise when it eventually buzzes at me. Onto the carpet.
So yeah, that's all my cool threads, all the threads.
Which work.
Because I am cool. Temperature-wise, not actually.
Ah.
I have cake earrings today. I don't think I'm cool.
Whatever, you're not... Who's worried about being cool anymore? Cool's not in.
Well, I mean, by definition, cool is always in.
But what is cool?
Not me.
I must be dating a philosopher because my brain went all over the place with that. Too open of a statement. Let's move on. I'm awake, I swear. I'm not awake, guys. I was so excited yesterday.
Okay.
We went out for sushi for my birthday dinner. My cat got cat food as a birthday present. And I was so happy. Wow, can you ever tell I'm officially 35 now? Man, I'm getting up there.
So I have two things.
I have. Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Well, how about you go?
Fine, I'll save the good stuff for last. In my Erin Lane bag, I have my socks for the month. My March socks, which I talked about. Did I talk about last episode?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I'm doing these out of Cloud 9 Fiberworks yarn, and this is a rainbow something.
Rainbow Connection, I believe.
Thank you.
I just did show notes this morning. So.
Perfect, that works. So it's got white as its base, and then some really awesome color variations. We've got some dark blues, and some... I literally started a row, and I think I messed up a stitch, so that's why it's all kind of mashed up in here, because I want Diana to look at it. Because fingering weight yarn and Jocelyn have issues. We got some pinks and some oranges and some like yellowy oranges and like little tiny stripy dudes going on in here.
Oh, I love that so much. It's striping
just
so beautifully.
It's turning out wonderful. So I'm still working on my first sock, and I've got till the 15th to have my first sock done. So we'll see if that happens. However, I'm doing it on my circulars, and I'm doing it toe up Judy's Magic Cast On because I tried that the other month, and I would like to be a little more proficient with it before I try 2 at a time. Why 2 at a time? Because 2 at a time scares the bejeebus out of me. Therefore, it must happen. I must try it. So it is my current travel project, so I spend a lot of time asking for help fixing it because I inevitably mess something up because I'm knitting somewhere where the lighting isn't amazing, but that's okay. It is, however, my March socks, which, by the way, if you follow us on Ravelry, you'll notice Jocelyn's updated her project page and her sock projects are finally in there.
I did notice that this morning. Yay!
It happened! I said it was going to happen eventually. It just
Yay!
didn't happen right away. Or if you follow us on Instagram under the Northern Knits Podcast, you'll also notice that I've been posting pictures for a shawl she hasn't seen yet. I started a shawl after podcasting the other day, and I'm almost done.
You're just showing me up.
A little less birthday, and I would have had a shawl 2 weeks in a row finished for everybody. Oh my gosh, this yarn just went everywhere. Okay, so for Christmas, I got a carrion cake of yarn, and it was the big carrion cake yarn, which I'm always super excited by, because I like yarn, let's be honest. I got yarn for my birthday, too. It's terribly exciting. I forgot to bring it. I'll post pictures on Instagram. You guys can go find them there, so... I had a lot of stuff on my brain this morning when I got up. Lots to do. Tragedy of all tragedies, I misplaced my hook for like a week on my crocheted socks. So I not done February socks, Nobody's fault but my own. I simply misplaced my crochet hook and I couldn't find it, and so I didn't work on my socks. So I'm working on a pair of knee-high crocheted socks, and they're in blues, grays, purples. It's a nice self-striping ball of yarn. Like, it's self-striping quite lovely. So I started at the knee and I've been working my way down. I'm past my first decrease for my calf, and I'm into my second decrease towards my ankle. So the rounds are getting much quicker because the stitches are obviously getting less.
It's gonna be so cozy.
Oh, I'm so excited for these house socks. They're gonna be great. So
maximum cozy.
my very first time crocheting socks. So we'll see how the heel and toe do, because that's all new. But I'm doing it on a 3.25mm crochet hook out of the Carrion Cake yarn. I don't remember the colorway for the yarn, but yeah, it's those nice big self-striping balls of yarn. And they're in the 4 worsted, so these socks will be amazing when I'm finished. The pattern is kind of hacked from the
Yarn Utopia?
Thank you. She did a crochet pattern for knee-high house socks, and she did it out of several different colors and striped it. So I literally took her crochet count numbers, and I've been making up my own pattern as I go, because I want to make the socks she's made, but I wanted to use up this cake of yarn. So, especially considering I'll be wearing them mostly at Mr. B's house, and his mom is the one who gave me the yarn for Christmas. So that puts me down to 2 projects. Your turn.
Alright, well, I have tucked away in my bag already. I'm still not done my February socks, so they're becoming my March socks.
My February socks aren't finished. I just started new socks.
I'm not even gonna try.
I'm giving myself the freebie because I lost the hook for a week and a half. And in February, that is a massive amount of time. There's only 28 days in February. So, gotta haul some butt on socks this week, but that's okay.
So, I don't have them out to show because you've seen them like into every single video we've done so far. You've seen them. You know what they look like. They're purple and stripy. Vanilla.
Or if they don't, because they're new. We have previous episodes where she shows them that they're purple and stripy and toe up.
Anyway.
Remember the yarn you're making them out of?
Online Super Socky 4-Fatch.
Nice. I like it.
4-ply online super sock. I don't know what the rest of the ball band says. It's German.
That's totally fair.
Shall I do my other thing?
Sure.
Okay, that I do have out to show in my other dragon fiber bag. And the teacups. And it's shine.
It is a very shiny teacup bag.
Shiny teacup bag. This is my Rivers Wrap by Shannon Cook for our podcast-iversary knit along. Oops. I'm stuck. This bag is not really big enough for what I'm using it for, and I'm doing it anyway, so meh.
Meh?
Meh. So it's
a meh situation.
a bias knit stripy scarf in 5 different colors. And I'm doing it out of Cascade 220 in a bunch of colors that I will list in the show notes. There is these colors.
A burgundy, a gold, a white, a green, a black.
Yeah, it's more of a gray and a tan rather than a gold. And
Okay.
Yeah, but you get the idea. It's all these colors.
Seeing goldy colors. Oh, you're right, tannish.
It's tannish.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the stripies. It's gonna be so nice.
Yeah, to the end of the month, man.
Yep, that's why I've got it out and I'm working on it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. I finally picked up my sister's shawl mystery knit along that I did not finish on time because I had to literally restart the whole project in the last week, so I knew I wasn't going to make it. It no longer makes me angry, so I've picked it up again. I took it with me this week when I went to an event, which I will talk about in Yarn on the Go. But because I know what the pattern looks like, because I certainly didn't sit there and go, well, I'm not going to look at things. Oh no, I looked at all the stuff. It's fine. So I know what I'm making. I'm doing it out of 3 fingering weight skeins. The first one, which is the one I'm working on right now, is my Noble Ruby Designs Stellina one. Then I have 2 other ones in a purple and a variegated purple, and those are both Nanos de Earl Grey yarns in their Algria colorways. You laugh, but I really like mispronouncing that name. It's all linked in the show notes for colors and stuff, because now I'm at the point where I don't remember what colorways specifically were called. I know the Noble Ruby's design is Swallowtail. I think the light purple is Paulina, and if I'm right, the dark one, which I'll pull up the ball bands here or balls here in a second, is Antiqua. Oh, haven't had to call those names out of my memory in a while.
I believe you are correct, though.
So I'm just into my second stretch of garter. It's technically supposed to be a seed stitch bump, but I decided to not do a seed stitch bump, and I did the hack that was included in the pattern. So I'm making my way through that. I am not rushed, so I feel a lot better about the knit, which is good. I'm going to continue to work on it because, my god, do I want it to be done at some point, because it's a pretty shawl, and I want to do the matching cowl. Maybe not the socks, but definitely the matching cowl. It's in a Ziploc bag, because I only have so many project bags right now. So my Swallowtail and my Paulina, which are my color 1 and color 1 and color 2, because I reversed everything. So I have speckle for color 1 and color 3, like a speckle variegated, and then my color 2 is a plain. And then my Antiqua, which definitely goes from like a creamy pink white into a dark purple color, is my color 3. So, stacked together, I'm in the bluey purple white range, which is, let's be honest, some of our favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
And I am slowly but surely making progress on that. I think I did like 4 rows while I was out knitting outside this week at an event, so I'll take it. Oh my goodness, all the things. I need more project bags, I know. I'm working on it. Literally for myself, some project bags.
You said you had a thing in the present that I gave you yesterday.
Yesterday was my birthday. Diana got me a bag. She got me a Dragon Fiber Arts bag. And she got me the coffee one.
It was very surprising. She had no idea that I bought her the bag.
I would have given her a birthday present, which I'll talk about because it's stuck at the border right now.
Because yarn is very dangerous
And
stuff.
whenever I order yarn from America, apparently it's like under a bomb threat or something, so we might see it next week, we might see it in 2 months. I bought you some eco-friendly, locally sourced, entirely naturally dye-made from the Americas yarn. So they raise the sheep, they shear the sheep, they spin the wool, and they dye it with all natural dyes.
That sounds lovely. Oh, I'm excited.
This yarn couldn't get more hipster if it tried. And I saw it and I went, done! Diana needs a skein of this.
Yes, I do.
It's sitting at the border right now.
It'll get here.
I don't know when it'll show up, but when it
In a
gets
month?
here, I'll bring it right away. I know better. I don't know why I tried ordering something yarn related a month from your birthday. It wasn't going to get here in time. So I decided last night when I got home that I knew the exact project that had to go into this bag. That's because almost 2 weeks running now, Diana's come over, and I've had almost a complete, if not complete, shawl on my needles. This week's no exception.
You just
You should
Showing
follow us
me
on Instagram because I post a lot of photos there. And what I decided I needed to do, because it's been on my to-do list for a hot minute, is the Jamie shawl by the Cozy Up from the Stitchin' Sisters, which is a YouTube podcast of ladies, sisters in Alberta who knit and design knitwear. So in a very, very chunky Lion Brand Scarfy yarn,
Ooh,
which
this
I
is the one
picked
that
up
you
on sale.
You frogged on the podcast
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, because I didn't like it. So here I am. I'm almost done. Like my 40-inch
Wow.
circulars
Here,
are
pass me a
pretty.
needle.
Like you can't stretch this out. Like we're in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And I've
keep it
got
there.
4 more rows to go, and then I can do my seed
This
stitch
is
bind
so
off.
Pretty.
So it's an all texture shawl. So I even did baubles for the first time. I've never done baubles before.
Oh, these are fun.
Yeah. They're not a hard stitch. The time consuming, absolutely, but I don't think I would do them on a sweater because I would definitely destroy the things. But they were quite enjoyable to knit.
This is
So-
lovely.
It's designed to go so you have as little yarn as possible when you're done if you want to. So I can keep repeating pattern sections till I'm out of yarn, and I'm into my second ball of this Scarfy yarn from Lion Brand. And it does a teal white repeat, so it fades from white into a nice teal color and then fades back to a white color. And I love self-striping yarns for that because there's just fewer ends to weave in. And you get a wonderful color look when you're finished. So I am almost done. I did do one hack because they have it as make ones on the edge of the shawl for your increases. Yeah, I did yarn overs.
That works. Yarn overs are easy.
That, and I really just enjoy the look of yarn overs on shawls. I just like that breakup, so I did it that way instead. So I did
this
that.
is so
But yeah,
nice.
I've really enjoyed this knit, so it's been my after school knit or during my lectures knit because there's chunks of just
Knit some of your hair. There we go.
I always knit some of my hair into this. Sometimes I knit some of my cat hair in there too, if I'm honest about it. She lies on it and I keep knitting. So, I should be done this by next week.
This is so nice.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
Feels nice.
It's nice and squishy.
It's so squishy.
I like squishy.
It's very squishy.
And it's acrylic so I can wash and dry it. Trust me, it's a thing. So, that's living in my new project bag. Which is the right size for a giant shawl with a skein of yarn. I already have the next project for this bag lined up, so I gotta get done this one and start something this week and not show Diana until next week. Just cause.
You're mean.
I am so mean.
You're mean to me.
I am. I'm
You're
like,
supposed
I
to be
like
mean to
going-
me. It's my birthday.
Well, I can be mean to you tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay. That's it. I run out of projects.
Alright, we are on to Yarn on the Go then.
Well, you did a go-y thing. I definitely did a go-y thing. I did many go-y things, but I'm only going to talk about two.
My hair's attacking me. Last weekend, we had recorded on Friday because I was away all weekend at Klondike, which is the Canadian Scouts winter camp deal here in the city.
Yep.
So what that actually meant was I tended a fire all weekend. I
Yeah.
sat in the snow and tended a fire.
Mhm.
So that was actually quite fun. I made the podcast picture for last week, a picture of me knitting by the fire.
Absolutely.
So check out last week's episode for that picture. Yeah, so that was really fun. Did some knitting. Discovered I can knit with fingerless gloves on, and it was like -5
Oh yeah, it was beautiful last weekend.
next to the fire. It was above
Don't
0,
notice.
so it was great.
I did a lot of birthday stuff this week. I have a lot of friends with varying schedules, so I usually end up doing something every day. Though it did include a trip to St. Vital, which I do have a photo by the kids' play section while one of my girlfriend's little ones was playing, because he's 5. We drank coffee and chatted, and had lunch, and I worked on my sister's shawl for a bit, so that was fun. But Tuesday, I went to the first Knit and Nosh down at Across the Board Games.
Oh, I'm jealous. I wanted to go to
And,
that, but I'm at work, obviously.
Yeah, well, you have a Monday to Friday 9 to 5. So Across the Board is a gaming cafe, and they're going to do it bi-weekly, where
Oh,
you
that's
can go
awesome.
down Tuesday afternoons, and rather than paying the admission fee, which is $5 to play games, because they have the collection, so you go in and you sit down and you knit and you have food. So I did that, and that was wonderful. I got to meet a bunch of really nice ladies. So I'm excited to go, not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So it's going to become like a regular sort of event for me when I can make it down. I'm certainly going to go. Good food, nice clean open space, and I can knit in the middle of the afternoon. Done.
Sounds pretty great.
I will make my schooling work around that. It's not a problem. But those are my yarn on the goes this week that I just actually remembered that I did.
I have one more.
Cool, go for it.
Friday night, a couple of Chris's coworkers got married.
All right, you had the wedding on Friday.
Yeah, so that was super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was really enjoying the groom's goofy grin during the first dance.
He was happy, was he?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys that has, like, the charming goofy grin just anyway.
Oh, okay.
But it was, like,
Extra goofy?
extra charming goofy, and it was, like, oh, all heart melty, and she had, like, the sparkly eyes, and it was all grinny, and it's
Gag.
just... You shush. It was really sweet.
I'm the romance novel reader, by the way.
It was really sweet. But yeah,
okay.
Chatting with various people and knitting
Oh,
and
that's
drinking. It was good.
good. Oh, that leaves us with events.
Events.
My goodness.
All the usual suspects.
Yes, our podcast anniversary and long ends at the end of the month, so you have till the 31st to officially get your stuff in. Though, we've said it once, we'll say it a billion times. Till Diana posts the picture of her finished thing, it's still open.
So
we're really not running a hard time
realistically,
on
it's
this one.
probably sometime in April.
Yeah, so if you're working on sweaters and stuff, you still have time. And don't worry, we will warn you, like, I'll give you a full 7 days before I officially close the thread down, so that's fine. We're also running Year of the Sock.
Mm-hmm.
So every month, post a picture in that month's thread of the socks that you've made, complete pairs, and you'll get entries into the big prize at the end of the year for that. So you can enter 2 or 3 times, you can enter twice a month, whatever floats your boat. Whips are welcome for everything. You want to double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip into other projects and other stuff, go for it.
Yep. And
Do
let
it
us
up.
know, because we'd also like to enter our socks and other stuff, too.
Absolutely.
Because we're not eligible for our own prizes,
Not
sadly.
really, no, I've said no to that one. So we're doing that. All of the rules and stuff are in the Ravelry group, which can be found under the Northern Knits podcast on Ravelry. It is specifically a Ravelry giveaway, so it has to be in Ravelry or it doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
But if you post stuff on Instagram and want us to check out your Instagram thing, hashtag HappyPodNKP 2018,
Yes.
or hashtag Year of the Sock
Mm-hmm.
with a question mark on the end, and I'll be able to find it, and I'll be able to check out your Instagram feed and cyberstalk you, because we all know we enjoy it when Jocelyn cyberstalks them. It's a thing. So those are the two that we're running.
Yeah.
There are a few that are starting in April that I may or may not join in on.
Oh no, you're gonna make me link to more things now.
Possibly.
Oh.
The Fiber Friends are going to do talking about doing a sweater cowl starting on the 1st of April. And the Grocery Girls have a Year of the Sweater knit along going on this year. So I think I can twofer and finish my boxy that I've got going.
Ah.
My Zadie sweater that I started that I haven't finished. So I'm thinking, hey, and I've been really itching to get back into the garment making. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that as my leaping point to get back into it. The Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters are doing a Stephen West knit along starting the 1st of April. And I'm like, I've only got like 30-40% of that Speckle and Pop Stephen West shawl done. So get it on that and finish my Stephen West shawl at the same time.
Sounds
These
good.
all sound good to me. So I might be in a few more knit alongs as we go, but we knew that was going to happen. So there's no shock there.
Alright, well you have fun with that.
I will. Shortly we'll have like spring fiber fests and stuff going on too. I need to start hunting those down and finding updates for that stuff as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands right now, the only big things we're potentially signed up to do this year is the Stash and Dash in the summer, which I like participating in, that it's hosted by the Knit Girls, specifically Laura, while she's on a break from school in the summertime. That happens, which is a great way to finish off projects and get stuff out of your stash, hence the Stash Dash, and do things and challenge yourself to a goal. So I think that's amazing, and I'm excited to do that one again this year. There will be Knit City in September for me. I will be off doing that, so if you see me in Vancouver, I'm not hard to spot. I'm 5'10", and I have a blind lady cane. Makes it super easy, guys. And I got a thing about wearing white. I wear a lot of white. I've noticed this. I was looking at my closet this morning. I was like, I gotta have a black cardigan. I don't actually own a black cardigan. I own 4 white cardigans.
One of which is currently in my laundry pile.
One-
I'll wash that and get that back to you on Friday.
Which I loan out. But no black ones. I'm like, gonna have to fix that. Guess I'm making or buying some new cardigans this spring, which is fine.
Well, there was that All in the Family knit along.
Yes, that's a year-long one that's being run by the Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. The Jamie shawl will go in for that. I have to start the Katie shawl, which I have the yarn picked up for.
I still owe you that pattern, don't I?
Yes, you do. 'Cause I
We've
gave
been
you
saying that for
cash.
like 3 podcasts now.
You can see how really particular I am about this. I know it's
Keep
coming
reminding
to
me, I will do it.
It's coming to me. I'm not super worried about it. But they're designing a shawl for each sister. There's 4 of them, and one for the mom. And I really love the work that Sarah and Jamie do for designing. So I have the Jamie shawl. It's almost finished. I'm going to have the Katie shawl started shortly, but then you have Chrissy and a Shara shawl still. And then one for their mom, Jojo. So I will have 5 shawls.
You gonna have
one
enough
first.
shawls?
No,
Never enough shawls?
never.
Never. Okay.
Uh-uh.
Good.
This is another thing that can happen. So I'm going to do that and work on that during the year. And then we have the Fiber Festival here in Manitoba in the fall as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're pushing into Christmas, which is the Grinch Along, Chase the Chill, and a whole bunch of other stuff we can mention later on points.
Yep.
So we're actually fairly chillaxed right now. We don't have a ton going on at the moment.
Just lots of upcoming.
She says, it's just me being crazy. That's fine. Hey, I'm done my Happy Podcast 2018 shawl knit. And I'm wearing
you know
it.
what? Shush. So we're coming up on 2:30, so if we blast through this review, then we'll still be on time to prevent nuclear meltdown.
Done. Let's do a review. It's a magazine review. Everybody knows I love magazines, so we're going into this biased.
Okay, so I have a subscription to Interweave Knits, so this is my magazine. So
I
this
have
is
2
the
pages of notes.
Spring 2018 edition.
It's wonderful because they're sweaters.
There are a lot of things in here that I would make for other people.
Do you know what? I checked off a fair number of the men's sweaters for me.
I have one or two for me as well. Yeah.
I did not really like the ladies' sweaters at all, but I liked the men's sweaters. So, shall we start in the first section, which is the moto knits, which is really not my style of knitting, so, or my look.
It's an interesting look, but yeah, it's I don't know. There was a couple of things I liked.
I liked the dual sport pullover, and I literally wrote underneath "for me!" exclamation point.
Oh wait, I don't need a piece of paper for this because there's no
patterns are separate. Yeah, in the pictures. So it's just a white crew neck sweater with a nice little interesting stitch design that runs down the full length of the sweater, but it's not in your face color work or doing it like on a loud print. So if I did that like on a tweed, that pattern would fade even just a little bit more. And then that's the kind of all over pattern that I'm comfortable with.
That'd be alright. Yeah.
So, but the white showed off the pattern quite nicely. It's like a little, I don't even know what, I didn't even read the patterns this time, you guys. Just looked at the pictures and when I liked it. The only other thing I liked in the moto knit section was the straight away cardigan.
Ah, yes, I also wrote down that one.
Oh, look at us. We're 2 for 2 because it's a cardigan. And did I not just say I need more cardigans? Well, of course for me.
Yeah, this was the one that I also thought I would like to wear that.
Whatever that it's on a boy. Whatever it's on a pretty boy. I want that cardigan because my god, that's comfy looking.
I mean, does it come with the boy? No, I'm kidding.
What would we do with another one? We already have like 2 we don't know what to do with. What would I don't need a third. But it's one of those, you wear it over a dress shirt, you wear it over a tank top, you throw it on and run out the door for Sunday brunch. I'm obsessed with this idea of doing Sunday brunch again. So for me, I'm just like, no, that fits my lifestyle. It's a get up in the morning, put it on, feed your cat kind of cardigan. And then do your work.
Just looks super comfy.
All of the knitwear looks super comfy, even the stuff I wouldn't wear. But for me, that was it for moto knits. Because, again, just the girl patterns didn't catch my attention this time around.
I would like to add the Scoot jacket, which was a lady's cardigan. I think I like it. It's hard to tell from the photos, but I think it has a really interesting back hem detail, which is super not going to show up right here. But I think I like it. The photography on this one could have been better.
They're definitely magazine photography, so it's a lot of lifestyle shots. Here's an idea. You own the magazine. Read the pattern.
Well, yes. But yeah, it's got seed stitch on it, and I like seed stitch, so I probably like it. I think I like it. I think I like the Scoot jacket.
Wow, that sounds definitive.
Yeah, very definitive.
Everybody hold your breath, man. I'm making an opinion here.
I might have an opinion.
Alright, the next section was the Evergreen Retreat section. I liked a little bit more in that section, but still mostly the boy stuff.
I think I did too else, actually. Saddleback mountain cardigan?
I liked the Genesee mountain poncho.
Oh, okay, let's start with that one. Where's that one? Where's the poncho? That one.
Yeah.
I actually didn't write that. I'm not into this poncho thing.
I love ponchos.
Oh, there we go. If I hold it back there.
In this case, it's actually a lady pattern. Which sounds weird to say out loud. But it's cinched in at the waist. They've got a belt detail in there, which is just added on. I like ponchos in the springtime. Because it's a nice lightweight layer I can toss on and take off and shove into bags and stuff as it warms up during the day. I also, because of my height, like what ponchos do. So I can make them a little bit longer and then they cut me into thirds. So when I'm wearing knee-high boots and my pants or capris and flip-flops, that poncho just goes with the look.
Mm.
And I know how to make ponchos not make me look huge, which is a thing for me. I'm not tiny. I'll never be tiny. And I'm okay not being tiny. But I don't want to look like the Michelin Man.
That's fair.
So a nice drapey lightweight poncho that'll have some flow to it. I'm okay with that.
Flow?
Secretly, I'm a hippie.
Alright. I really liked the Saddleback mountain cardigan as something to knit for my brother.
Oh, you know, I hadn't thought about Charlie.
Even probably in colors very much like that.
That's fair.
So, yeah, if I decide I really love my brother one day, he might get a color work cardigan for Christmas.
Oh man,
I definitely I definitely love my brother enough to give him a cardigan like this, so he'll get one like this one day, but it's more a matter of having time.
You mean you don't have a crazy amount of non-sleeping time like Jocelyn does?
It's this work thing that's taking up all my knitting time.
I go to school full-time and I technically run 2 companies. I'm not taking this work thing lying down. It makes it sound like I don't do anything all day. I swear I'm busy, you guys. I like the Clear Creek cardigan.
Yes, me too.
I think, yeah. It has the magical word in there. Cardigan!
It has cables. Let's see if I can get this closer.
It does have cables. It does not look super easy. Don't care.
No, this is
Those
one of those things
cables?
that I'm just going to admire from afar and not actually
no.
knit. But if I
That's
had it, I
just-
would super wear it.
Oh man, must make that. Must make that for fall. That has to happen. Not in that color of beige, because I am that color of beige, but in a different color, like a chocolate brown or something.
Or gray. Dark gray.
You guys can't see Mr. Beast sneaking.
They're sneaking very quietly.
It just catches my attention and makes me giggle.
We're almost done.
I swear, we're finishing up.
What else?
I liked the Squaw Mountain Pullover. I don't like the name of it, for obvious reasons, but I like the look of the pullover. Sometimes political correctness does kick me in the teeth, but it's a thing. So, I liked the patterning on the top, because it was only on the top, and then it was nice and neutral on the bottom, which means it's not in your face and all over, which I don't like.
It's alright, I guess. I don't know. I don't get color blocking generally, so.
That was it. That was the last thing I liked.
I would just like to add the Evergreen Mountain Pullover.
Oh! Not bad. It's a nice darker color.
I saw this and I'm like, ooh, why is that not in my closet right now? I would super wear that.
Totally fair.
So, I'm thinking probably in a dark burgundy color, similar to the one that's in my scarf.
That would be
River's wrap.
nice.
So,
And
yeah.
you could do it in a Cascade 220 worsted quite easily.
Absolutely.
That would be really pretty.
So, that's a thing.
I really love how the fact that we're holding up all of the men's patterns this week and we're like, for us! Not for men. For
No.
me. Because that's the way knitting should be. For you, if you want it.
And there's also some great articles about stranded color work and
Oh,
getting correct tension and stuff.
Going from stockinette stitch to stranded color work, which is not always easy for people. So there was, again, as usual, a nice smattering of articles, advertisements,
Mm-hmm.
things for me to follow up on, of which I wrote a list. But yeah, we're huge fans of the magazines.
Yeah,
They're
so,
great little snippets.
So enjoy Wave Knits Spring 2018.
I think it was like 9 weekend knits or something.
Yes.
Was the big
9
one?
weekend knits, classic comfort for spring.
There you go. And ta-da, we made it to the end of episode 52.
Oh, it's like 40 minutes too. Wow.
Oh my god, under an hour? That's amazing. Well,
Who
let's
are
not,
we?
let's not ruin our track record.
Okay.
You should, as Diana says, scribe.
Shall I subscribe?
As everybody else goes, you should like, comment, and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Ravelry, or Facebook so we can connect with you guys and we can talk about knitting.
Yeah.
That's super important, and let's be honest, the best part of the day.
And Cindy, yes, I saw your email. We will discuss offline. We just haven't had a chance today because daylight savings time makes everything late. So we will discuss.
Cindy emailed us?
Yes.
Oh, Cindy, I'm sorry. I'm a bad human being.
We'll talk about it after.
Done. We'll talk about it in the car on the way
But
home.
yes,
Don't you
good
know about
idea.
that? Man, I'm so behind. Oh, I feel awful now. Okay. I will say, until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And we'll say no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.